Good, good, great. Welcome you guys here to Cayman Turtle Center. This is our Predators Reef exhibit. Now in here, guys, you do have a collection of predatory fish, some big, some small. You'll basically see three of the different tiers of food chain in this exhibit, but I'll tell you, it doesn't work like that in this exhibit, okay? Nothing eats anyone else in here, just to put that out there. Welcome you guys here. My name is Adam. I'll be talking with you guys for a bit throughout the feeding today. It's going to be about 10 to 15 minutes that we're going to be out here, guys. So we hopefully can get your attention and keep you guys around. So what we have in here are three green sea turtles, as well as all the other fish and sharks that we have. And right now in the back there, what Jennifer is doing, she was just kind of attracting the attention of the turtles in that little square over there. Now Wendy is over there now helping as well. So on that side, you'll see where we keep our turtles fed on that side over there. Now the thing about it is, the turtles we have in the exhibit are green sea turtles, the same as what we have around the park. Green sea turtles are basically herbivorous fish, so are herbivorous turtles, I mean. Basically these guys will feed on different types of plant life and aquatic plants and stuff. But turtles in their growing stages of life do have a very high protein diet. Now our aim is not to feed them that high protein diet here. However, if they sneak off and get a piece of fish or whatever, it's okay. But for their digestion, it's fine. The problem is though, they are going to steal the fish from all the other guys. So we need to make sure that everyone is fed in their little different location, making sure that they're doing okay. Now, right over here is Jen. Jen is going to be feeding all of the other fish in the exhibit, including the tarpon, the grouper, the snapper, the different types of jack that we have swimming around in here. And actually you can see right here, beneath her in just a bit, you'll see her throw a small piece of food down, and that is for our large black grouper, Groot. He's just kind of sitting right there in front of her, and we're trying to get him to get pretty big. These guys get about 30 pounds, so we're hoping that he'll get that size, and he'll be a nice, good little display here. All right, across the way from me is Rakeem. Rakeem is stationed over there to feed one of our nurse sharks. And myself, guys, like I said before, my name is Adam. I'm going to be feeding one of our other nurse sharks on this side right here. All right, so throughout the feeding, I'll tell you guys a little bit of about all of the creatures that we have in the exhibit here. So this should be a pretty cool and interesting show. Now, while Jen is now feeding our fish here, and Wendy's feeding the turtles on that side, I'm going to give the okay to Rakeem to see if we can get our sharks to start feeding today, all right? So let's see what happens. Just kind of got to wait until the sharks get out of the way before we throw these large platforms in the water. So we won't knock anyone else. All right. Alright guys, so what we have done here is throw these large platforms in the water. What these platforms do is indicate to the shark that it is their time to come over and feed. Now just before I go any further with our little presentation here, guys, can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah? Alright, good. So, example of the turtle coming up and eating fish rather than his pelleted diet across the way. Alright guys, so right in front of you here is Rakeem. He's trying to feed our larger nurse shark, Buka. Buka is about 9.5 feet and about 260 pounds. The largest male shark that we have in our exhibit here. Freddie is also a male nurse shark, is Buka's brother, right across the way. He's coming up to me right here right now. He's about 9 feet and just about 210 pounds, okay? So he's a smaller shark in the exhibit, but he's the more lazy one as well. Hey guys, the other fish in the exhibit, like I told you, we have jacks, we have snappers, we have tarpon. The tarpon are pretty cool, actually. They are very underrated fish, in my opinion. Tarpon have, obviously, fish and all the other creatures that we have in our oceans have been around for millions of years. But you can actually tell this with tarpon, okay? If you look at a tarpon, guys, they're the I would guess the more primitive looking of fish. They have these large looking scales that are like platelets or like armor. They're surface feeders. They have really large, powerful tails and stuff. But tarpon actually have really, really good eyesight, okay? These guys can see through from the water into the air a lot better than we can, of course. And as you can see, as Jen throws the food out, you'll see that the tarpon are tracking that food before it even touches the water. Alright guys, so right at this moment in time, our sharks do not really look that active today. They look very, to me, they look very sluggish, to be honest with you. And what that can be a result of is that you guys feel this nice cool breeze that we have going on. Okay, so around this time of year, we have cold fronts that come through. Basically, these cold fronts bring a nice good chill to the atmosphere, a nice good cool to the atmosphere, I should say. At least a lot cooler for the island here. And with these temperature changes, the water does change temperatures as well. Now, these nurse sharks and the other fish would be affected by these temperature changes, okay? Nurse sharks and all the other sharks that we have in our oceans are cold-blooded animals, all right? And their metabolism is very, very temperature dependent, all right? Now, what that means,
Maybe we should go get some chairs.
what? I actually dropped that one, so it's not him, it's me that made him miss out. Probably mad now. Now, these temperature changes, guys, really affect these sharks in a way. Like I said, their metabolism is very temperature dependent. That means that the cooler these guys get, the less energy they'll have, the less they'll want to feed. You see, cold-blooded animals are not like us that have to maintain a body temperature. These guys get their body temperatures from the natural surroundings. Now, the thing about it is that during the night, the temperature will go down to about 76 with that breeze, and the water temperature will actually go down quite a bit as well. Now, because water is more dense than air, it takes a lot longer to warm up than it does the air. So the water temperature will still linger in the high 70s and affecting the appetites and energy levels of our sharks. That's probably why they're a little bit sluggish today, not really wanting to feed that well. I actually am not saying that about Mocha because he's up there feeding away. Okay, as I told you, he's the most greedy one that we have in the exhibit here anyway. So he's over at Raheem Station feeding away. Now, as you can see, we're getting our sharks to come up and do a small feeding routine right in front of us here, guys. We're actually using a process called enrichment. So we're getting the sharks to come up and to perform a small S shape in front of us here, or some maneuvers. Sorry, some behaviors, I mean. All right, ready? Now, as the sharks come up here, guys, they're doing a few turns in front of us. We're getting them to do a few behaviors that we want to see from these guys. You're going to turn and get it, right? Ready, ready, ready! Okay, I guess not. Not really too good at catching. And today, guys, we're feeding these sharks herring, all right? Herring is a nice, good oily fish. Nice, good body fish as well, so it's very good for their diets. Truth is down there investigating to see if he can get a free meal. Not sure if he'll take it. The fish is almost as big as he is, but we'll see what happens. All right? And the turtle might see it. Oh, my goodness. No turtle, no turtle. Okay, that's a bonus for him. Bonus for him. Look at that, getting his protein in. Now, in fact, guys, turtles at that age, protein does help them with their growth spurt. They're almost like a human going through early puberty. They need that kind of, they need that energy, they need that protein to kind of get them to grow a bit, all right? So the second one is going to go there. Oh boy, what a day. Okay, now of course, in this exhibit, guys, if there is nothing that will eat the fish that falls on the ground, the turtles will, and the other fish will as well. That's why it's always good for us to make sure that our sharks take all the food. Of course, Freddie did miss out on one. I couldn't really get him to turn around on his own, of course. Now, we feed all the sharks in here at least once a day, 5 days out of the week. Turtle is just making a mess of that fish. We feed all the guys in here once a day, 5 days out of the week. Now, the amount that we feed our sharks, it does deter them from feeding on anything else that we have in the exhibit. Now the thing is, the tarpon, the snappers, and the jacks are not primarily the type of fish that nurse sharks would target, okay? Nurse sharks are bottom feeders, living 100% of their life on the bottom of the ocean. They'll target things such as crabs, lobsters, different types of shrimp, shelled fish like that. all right, and other fish that will hide in the small cracks and crevices of rocks and stuff, okay? Now, nurse sharks do have a very expensive diet, so it would be really expensive for us to provide that food for them 5 days out of the week. So what we do is supplement them with vitamins and fish that have all of those nutrients in it for their well-being, all right? Now, in just a couple of minutes, guys, we're going to be wrapping up here because it does take a few minutes we do only feed our sharks for a few minutes at a time. Do we ever let them out in the wild? Well, if we did, we'd never see them again, I'm pretty sure. Because these guys are not going to come back to us, right? And these guys here were rescue sharks. These guys here were rescue sharks. So for us to release them, it's kind of like a very political thing. So it's hard to describe to you really. There he goes again, spitting out another herring. It must be my cooking today. I'm not sure what's going on. And the grouper's going to take that one though. Oh yeah, there he goes. A nice good meal for the holidays. Well guys, that's going to pretty much be it for us today. Right at this moment in time, I can see that Freddy is up. Taking one or two pieces from me, not really being the most active today. But I think we're going to call it a day here, guys, for feeding. Now, if you guys have any more questions or comments on what we have going on in here or around the park, please let us know. We're going to try to feed our crocodile. I'm thinking we're going to try to feed our crocodile today. I was not 100% updated on that, but I think we're going to try. It's going to be at 11:45 if you guys want to come up and see that. She hasn't fed in about 2 weeks, so I think she'll feed today at home. Alright, so thank you guys very much for coming out. I'm going to give Freddy his last little piece of food here, and then that's going to be it for us today. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Enjoy your new year. You take it here. Bye. Take care. Thank you guys.